stories about fairies and mortals falling in love and being carried off into fairyland. And when they come back out, it's 300 years later. By the way, if you compare fairy abduction stories to alien abduction stories, they are remarkably similar. And they both seem to conform to Einstein's theory of relativity. I'll leave you to check that out. But I wanted to bring you tonight, I wanted to bring you a very different fairy story. And this is from when stories were new. This is from when there was still magic in the world. When the first trees appeared. And among the first trees was the yew tree. And the yew tree looked around at the beautiful, tall, spreading, soft, green-leaved trees around it, and then it looked at itself. Dark green, needle-like, spiky, red berries, and completely other and different from the trees over there, and it wasn't happy. The yew tree was not happy to be different from the other trees. So it complained to the fairies. It said, I don't want to be different. Please, fairies, please will you use some of your magic to help me? I want to be beautiful like the others. And those of you who know stories and know your folklore, you know how risky it is to ask the fairies to do anything. But that particular time, they were feeling helpful. So they stirred up some magic. They rolled up a huge, sparkling, fizzing spell, and they cast it swoosh, badunk. And when the yew tree looked at itself, it had leaves of pure gold. Do you think the yew tree was happy then? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yes! Oh, so happy for 5 minutes. Because round the corner and down the road there came 2 robbers, you know, stripy shirts and sacks-marked swag, and they were very happy to see the yew tree and went straight up to it and plucked every single golden leaf and stuffed their sacks, and off they went. Do you think the yew tree was happy then? No. You are right. It's not fair. They took all my leaves. You should see me do this in front of kiddies. They are astonished when I do this bit. Please, fairies, please. I just want to be beautiful. Please, will you work some more magic, please? And because the yew tree was so polite, the fairies worked some more magic. They stirred up a spell, and it fizzled, and it sparkled, and it glittered, and they cast it swoosh, blink. And the yew tree looked. It had leaves of shining crystal. You think the yew tree was happy then? Oh, yes, for 10 whole minutes. The yew tree was happy, and then the sky darkened and the wind blew, and there was a terrible storm that shattered every single crystal leaf. It's not fair! I love doing this bit. It's not fair! Fairies, please will you help me? What I really want is soft green leaves. I want to be like the other trees. Please? The fairies are getting a little fed up, but one more time they stirred up their magic and swoosh, badoink. They cast the spell. When the yew tree looked, oh, the softest, the greenest, the smartest, the most beautiful leaves a tree could ever dream of. Do you think the yew tree was happy then? Yes. Oh, yes! And it held out its branches, its twigs, and all those gorgeous leaves up to the sun. And it was happy for a whole 15 minutes. because round the corner and down the road there came trotting a hungry goat. Ah, you know what a hungry goat likes to eat best. Nice, fresh, soft, green leaves. Got it in one. The goat went to the yew tree, stood up on its hind legs, put its front hooves up on the trunk and scoffed the lot. The fairies didn't wait. They said, "We are working one last piece of magic for you," and they made the spell, they cast it, swoosh, doink, and the yew tree looked at itself. It was back as it started. Dark green, spiky, red berries, and the fairies said, "Yes, you are going to be different from the other trees. You're going to be amazing. For one thing, you will live for at least 1,000 years. You will be able to defend yourself. There is poison in your berries and in your wood. And you will help the mortals save lives. They will make cures from you. And yes, they will make weapons from your wood, longbows. And they will make beautiful furniture and plates and bowls. You will be the most extraordinary tree of them all." And the yew tree thought about it and decided it was acceptable to be different. It was acceptable to be amazing. And it decided it would be happy just as it was.
Good.